Greetings, Benjamin J. from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, what you're looking at, of course, is an original Marx Mercury. Now, I've done a couple of videos on this. I found this at a little antique store in Pekin, Illinois for $12.50. And it was dead as a hammer, of course. Didn't even buzz when I got it. Been stored for years and years and years. Anyway, to get it running, I had to do a bypass on the E unit. And I got it running, and I've been running it now for months. Anyway, it being the 4th of July holiday, this is one of the projects that I wanted to get out of the way. And I just dropped a new motor into this. New being a relative term. This is an original pre-war motor, exactly the same as the one that came out of here. And this one has a working E unit. And I wanted this as original as possible. I wanted it the E unit to work. And this would be the perfect candidate to be completely refinished. There's no damage to it all. Even the nickel is in really decent shape with no scratches that would polish up really, really nicely. And there's no damage to the body. A lot of paint wear, abuse, and scratches, but there's no damage to it. It is complete. And with this new motor in it, it now runs forwards and reverse. So that was, like I said, one of the projects I wanted to get taken care of over this holiday. Anyway, I just put this motor in here and I ran it on the bench. And this motor came out of one of the engines I bought on eBay. And so anyway, I've got it running. Power is on. Let's take this around. I just got this put together. So running forward and running backwards. This is the first time I've ever seen this engine run backwards. So it works very well. So I put a tin litho consist together. I took the new plastic consist off, and just grabbed a bunch of tin litho. It's all tenders, of course. And I'm going to take this around and see how this runs with this new motor. So this is going to be its first run on the rail. Just put this new motor in there. And like I said, I ran the motor on the bench. And when I saw this motor, I knew exactly what I was going to do with it. I was going to put it in this Mercury. Because this motor, pre-war, this is 82 years old, something like that, in really decent shape. It runs really well, and the E unit works. So let's take this around and see how it runs. Well, that runs really well. Okay, that's 50% power. So it's running really smoothly. All right, now the grand test. Let's see if we can run the entire consist backwards. So it's running absolutely perfectly. You could not ask it to run better than that. So an original Marx Mercury with a new, like I said, that being a relative term, with a new motor, which is also pre-war. So this motor is about the same age as the engine. So I just dropped the new motor in here. The only thing that isn't original is I had to run a new piece of wire to the headlight. The original wire is made of steel, and this engine was just absolutely covered in rust and oxide. And the wire just gets so brittle that as soon as you try to move it, it'll usually snap. So I just usually replace these with a nice piece of flexible modern wire, and you never have to mess with it again. But anyway, it's got a new pre-war motor in it, single reduction, of course. It has spoked wheels, so it is completely original and exactly the same age as the Mercury itself. So anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video on this. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever seen this Mercury run backwards. So when I got this motor, like I said, I knew exactly what I was going to do with it. I was going to put it in the Mercury. So it's up and running. It has a good bright headlight in it. It runs just absolutely perfectly. Like I said, it would be the perfect candidate to be refinished. Excuse me. But then again, I just don't know if I want to do that. I mean, this is 82, 81, 82 years old, and it's completely original. So I don't know if I want to refinish it. It has a lot of character. And if it could only talk, if it could only tell you where it's been, this thing has been around for a very, very long time. And anyway, I just put that new motor in there. It's running absolutely perfectly. Consists 10 litho cars. So I just want to do a quick video on this. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email. BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.